As the popularity of hydration powders and electrolyte beverages continues to surge, fueled by fitness trends, viral marketing, and a summer heatwave, it's becoming increasingly urgent to ask a critical question: can you overdose on electrolytes? The short answer is yes, and the consequences can be far more severe than most people realize. While the occasional sports drink might seem harmless or even beneficial, routinely dosing yourself with concentrated electrolyte powders or hypersalty rehydration drinks can create a biochemical storm inside the body, particularly for those with underlying health conditions or for people consuming these products unnecessarily. The belief that more is better when it comes to hydration has turned into a dangerous misconception. Electrolytes are essential minerals like sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and chloride that play pivotal roles in cellular hydration, nerve signaling, and muscle contraction. But just because these minerals are vital doesn't mean your body welcomes them in unlimited quantities. In fact, they exist in your bloodstream in an incredibly delicate balance. Disrupting this equilibrium, whether by deficiency or excess, can create systemic chaos. Electrolyte overdose, or more clinically termed electrolyte imbalance, can range from uncomfortable to life-threatening. The growing availability and glamorization of electrolyte drinks has made it easier than ever to unknowingly tip into that danger zone. Sodium, for instance, is the most commonly consumed electrolyte in supplements and sports drinks. It's also the most likely to be overconsumed. Even one electrolyte packet or sports beverage can contain up to 1,000 milligrams of sodium, nearly half the recommended daily intake for the average adult. For individuals who aren't elite athletes or aren't sweating excessively in extreme conditions, this is not only unnecessary, but potentially hazardous. Excess sodium intake can cause high blood pressure, increase the risk of stroke and heart disease, and in acute cases, lead to hypernatremia, a condition where high sodium levels in the blood can cause confusion, seizures, and even death. What's even more alarming is that hypernatremia can sneak up silently, especially if hydration seems to be improving symptoms like fatigue or lightheadedness, masking the real cause behind the discomfort. Potassium is another electrolyte commonly included in these products, often praised for its role in preventing cramps and maintaining heart function. But potassium is also tightly regulated by the kidneys, and the margin between healthy intake and toxicity is narrow. Hyperkalemia, or high potassium levels, can cause irregular heart rhythms and is especially dangerous for people with kidney problems or those on medications like ACE inhibitors. Overconsumption of potassium-rich electrolyte drinks could cause serious cardiac consequences in susceptible individuals, and once again, the warning signs, nausea, fatigue, muscle weakness, are easy to dismiss as dehydration or overexertion. Even calcium and magnesium, generally thought of as gentler minerals, can turn toxic in high doses. Calcium overload, especially from supplements, can lead to kidney stones and disrupt the absorption of other minerals, interfering with bodily systems in a cascade effect. Magnesium, often included in supplements for muscle recovery, can cause gastrointestinal distress at levels as low as 350 milligrams per day from supplements. In higher amounts, it can lead to low blood pressure, heart rhythm disturbances, and even cardiac arrest. The fact that these outcomes are rare doesn't make them impossible, especially given how easy it is for someone to double or triple dose electrolyte powders under the assumption that they're simply rehydrating. What makes this even more dangerous is the subtle marketing of these products. Many electrolyte drinks are packaged like soft drinks, colorful, sweet, and easy to drink quickly. Some are even carbonated or flavored like fruit punch, giving them a false air of innocence. Influencers and wellness brands promote them as essential for energy, detox, or post-alcohol recovery, with little mention of dosage or risk. It's not uncommon to see people mixing these powders with their morning coffee, post-workout shake, and evening cocktails, completely unaware of how cumulative their intake has become. This issue is compounded by the fact that our modern diet already includes plenty of electrolytes, especially sodium and calcium, from food sources. Processed foods, restaurant meals, and snacks often contain high levels of sodium, making additional supplementation redundant for most people. Fruits, vegetables, dairy products, and meat supply potassium, magnesium, and calcium naturally. Unlike supplements, These food-based electrolytes are far less likely to cause toxicity because they're absorbed more slowly and paired with water, fiber, and other nutrients that help regulate absorption. Most concerning of all is the population at highest risk, people with kidney or heart conditions. These individuals are often advised to limit sodium and potassium, but they're also the ones most vulnerable to dehydration and thus most likely to reach for electrolyte supplements without realizing the potential danger. For them, even a single high-dose electrolyte drink could push levels into hazardous territory. And yet, the packaging rarely comes with warnings. There are no bold labels urging consumers to consult their doctors before use. In fact, some brands openly market themselves as hangover cures or energy boosters, trivializing the clinical implications of their ingredients. Electrolyte imbalance isn't just an abstract concept, it's a clinical condition that lands people in hospitals every year. Symptoms can escalate rapidly and mimic other issues like heat exhaustion, low blood sugar, or anxiety, making diagnosis difficult without blood work. In severe cases, these imbalances can cause seizures, cardiac arrest, or coma. The reality is sobering. People looking to improve performance or hydration may actually be destabilizing their own health with every scoop or sip. So while electrolytes are essential, they should be treated with the same respect as any supplement or medication. Hydration isn't just about pouring minerals into your system. It's about understanding your body's needs, balancing fluid intake with physical activity, and avoiding knee-jerk consumption of trendy wellness products. A single drink won't harm you, but regular overuse, especially without medical guidance, could lead to long-term consequences that far outweigh any short-term benefits. Moderation and mindfulness are critical. If you're not training for a marathon, sweating heavily in the sun, or under clinical instruction, there is very little reason to consume high-dose electrolyte supplements. Water and a balanced diet will meet your hydration needs in most cases. If you're ever in doubt, consult a dietitian or physician, because the risks of ignoring your electrolyte balance are far greater than the benefits of blindly chasing hydration.